Yo, yo, yo. Welcome in. We are in Byron Center, Michigan. I got my nephew Brecken here. He's going to help handicap this race. I think we're going to get it right, but not my favorite track to bet. Weather in the area, good car starting up front, maybe a one-stop race. Could be interesting, but first things first, time to take a poll. So everyone grab your drink. And what are you going to say, Brecken?
Happy race day. Cheers. Taking a poll.
Taking a poll. Cheers. How much chaos? I don't know. I don't know how much chaos we're gonna see. Happy Tyrone or McDowell Day. That's a possibility, but let's get into it. Starting with Kyle Larson. Can Kyle Larson win today? Yes, I think he can. I think he's. Yep. You think he can?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely thinks he can. So Larson was good in practice, good in qualifying. Looked pretty good. I don't know what that says. Kyle Larson in SVG stage 1. I don't know what that means. Anyway, -1. Oh, you like Larson over SVG stage 1? Ooh, I don't hate that at all, Shane. I actually don't hate that at all. I think it's going to be hard for SVG to get up there in stage 1. I don't think they'll pit, before. I don't know. The strategy has me a little confused. But yes, Larson, in my opinion, was the best car in practice. Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs was in the B group. Now, the B group just seems slower. Oh, stop. Rob, stop. You can't say someone has better hair than me. That's offsides. Ty Gibbs was the best in B, qualified well, ran well yesterday, and obviously Ty Gibbs can win. His outright price at 8-1 is not bad. I do think it is the haves and the have-nots. The three haves are Kyle Larson, SVG, Ty Gibbs. The have-nots are everyone else. Everyone else. I would say the next best car is probably Alex Bowman, but we'll get to that in a minute. Michael McDowell. Michael looked good. He has to win. He has to win. So he's going to be aggressive. He does not have the same speed. We're not talking about he's like a 10th or 2 off. He's like half a second off, 3/4 of a second off. That is significantly different when it comes to SVG, Larson, and Ty Gibbs. So do I think Michael McDowell will be good? Yes, but he also has to win the race. So maybe take him in outright top 3, top 5 markets. I don't like him head to head because he still could, make a race winning call like Logano did last year and then last week and then kind of fail. And if that's the case, you don't want to be sitting there with a bunch of McDowell matchups. So the next one is Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick did not look as good as he did in the past. Like last year, I thought he was a little bit better. Yeah, my kid grew up fast. Yeah, right. We actually are today. I'm at my sister's place. We're having a baby shower in 27 minutes. So we're gonna get through this and then got a baby shower. Got a whole fam family downstairs. So Tyler Reddick just was not impressive. Do I think he'll race better? I do. I do think he'll race better. Did Trackhouse help at all with SVG car? I don't trust Colleague. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree, but I do think his car was still fast enough. But I'll get to him in a second. Tyler Reddick, I imagine he's going to race better, but he did not look that good in practice. Significantly slower than Ty Gibbs, and maybe even a little bit worse than Bowman for the group B group. I will not name my kid SVG. No, Fords are way off. I love matchups versus Fords. Yeah, Joey, that's fair. Suarez top 10. I thought Suarez was decent. Yeah, we'll get to him. Took Larson, SVG, and Gibbs during the week. Yeah, I did too. Yeah. SVG is next. Yes, SVG is going to be really good. Can he get up there and beat Larson in stage 1? I don't know. I think that Larson yesterday knew he could not beat SVG. I think Larson today thinks his car is a little better than SVG's, and I agree there. Do I like Bubba anywhere? I'll get to Bubba in a second. I don't hate Bubba. Denny pulled it last year, got spun out quick in the rain, still managed 11th. I don't think there's a chance to win, but maybe a top 10. Yeah, I don't hate Denny top 10. We'll get to the Haley Briscoe matchup. I do have an opinion about that. So who we got next? Bubba. I thought Bubba looked as good on a road course as he's looked all year. Ever, maybe ever. But okay, here's the thing. He looked good in practice. He probably had some clean air. I can't imagine him struggling and then recovering, if that makes sense. If he makes a mistake, he's going to stay back there. I do not see him working his way through the field. He has to stay up front. Yeah, I agree, Eric. Could be trouble if he makes a mistake, but he was fast, Matt. I do think that. Who's next? Chris Bell. Chris Bell could be really good, but he didn't look that good in practice. He looked okay. He didn't look great, but I think he'll race well. And if it rains, do we automatically put him as the number one driver? There is rain scheduled in the forecast, and I'm not quite sure if it is going to rain or if it's going to be thunderstorms. But if they start on wet tires, I think Chris Bell will move forward. You can see my other nephew in the corner there. That's Landon. I have nothing on nor against Bell. I just think he's going to race better. He's a guy that does race better than he looks in practice. So 8-1 price isn't bad on him. Yeah, the Moist King. Wow. Okay. Alex Bowman. Maybe the fourth best car. Is that a possibility? I think Bowman was really strong. The top 10 price minus 125. Don't love it. I actually think maybe what's the top 5 price on Bowman? That might be better. Yeah, top 5, Ross. I agree. 10-1 on Caesars for Bell. How do you not like Bell at 10-1? I don't think he should be 10-1 anywhere. Maybe a restrictor plate race or a, plus 260. I prefer Bowman top 5 than I do top 10. Wondering if Hendrick shifted resources from Byron to Bowman. Maybe. I doubt that, but they've just, with the exception of Larson, Hendrick's just been off ever since I called William Byron the next Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, the best bet on the pod. Got some massive line value, but whenever it moves like that, we tend to lose. So I don't know if that's the case. Okay, 3-1 top 5 for Bowman on Rivers. That's probably the best price I've seen. McDowell over Byron. Yeah, I like that. Where we at? Oh, Suarez. Suarez at times looked good, but spotty. Like he needed a clean racetrack to run clean times. He was solid here last year. I actually thought he was maybe a top 7 car. Was able to make passes. He's good on road courses. He needs a win, though. That's the thing. Yeah, CLV is a joke. It's overrated. I think Suarez could be all right, but I still think in order to race his way up into the top 5, I don't see that happening without him stealing some track position. Let the kid. You'll get his picks here. But Byron's going to the rear as well. So let's see. Suarez always chokes at road courses. Byron's been so quiet lately. Yeah, pretty bad. Suarez top 5, maybe. Yeah, CLV means we bet it as a community. Like, watch, we can pick a bet and we can move the line. That's all that means is a bunch of people sitting around having beers with their nephews. They're not drinking, but that's what closing line value means is a few people decided. Let's see. Where are we at now? Brad K. Going to the rear. I don't know how he qualified that well. That is going to be a problem for him. I can't imagine he's going to be good. That's it. We're going to move on, Brecken. What's next? Denny Hamlin. Old Dennis, James Hamlin. Strong-ish in practice. Not as good as he was last year. Last year, he looked significantly better. I agree. Someone did say he was going to stay out for stage points. I do think Hamlin could be a stage point guy. But ultimately, if they're going to pit one time, everyone's a stage point person. So then you're going to have to beat Larson, SVG. I think that tires won't matter. They'll only matter if your car is really strong. If you're Larson, your SVG, maybe Bell, maybe Gibbs. If you are on 12 or 13 or 14 lap fresher tires, that might work. Yeah, Hamlin is what? Oh, I don't know what you mean. Price tag $8K. Oh, are you talking about DFS? I don't know that. AJ over Truex? I don't think that. Will Tyrone move anyone to win? I'm not quite sure. Hammond 31. I don't like him to win. Where we at? John Hunter. John Hunter actually looked good in practice. I don't know. There's some Jacob Gonzalez. Are you on here somewhere? Where did you find that? There was a top 10 price on him at like 7-1. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Truex might be fishing already. That's good. Let's see. I don't know. I got nothing on John Hunter to win group. Who else is in the group, Ross? Yeah, top 10, 6-1. I don't think that's terrible. I think he's probably, you could maybe take him in auxiliary stuff. Stage 2 winners. Yeah, those, I don't know how you get to a stage 2 win. You're going to have to pit one time. I don't know how. So you're saying that someone's going to pit twice if you're going to take those guys to win, which could happen. Who's next? Carson Hocevar, good old Portage, Michigan boy. I don't know. He's a clown. I don't expect him to race particularly well or clean for that matter. I got nothing on him nor against him. I'm pretty opinionless. Ross Chastain looked bad. Like, pretty bad. So, do we let SVG just sweep the weekend, ride at 18.5? Absolutely. Okay. Oh, look at Dave Wood coming with the Bet 365. Oh, Hand, Gregson, and Priest in that group. Yeah, I think John Hunter beats all three of those guys handily. Green race, probably not. I don't know, but I think the issue is not rain. The issue is going to be lightning. You like Ross over Blaney? I do think that. Oh, I don't know. Ross over Blaney. That one I don't have a great feel on. I think Blaney's car is faster, but Ross is obviously starting way ahead of him. Who's next? Austin Dillon. Yep. He's a tough guy to back. Not fast, slow every week. I don't know. Yeah, okay, fair enough, Connor, if you think that's going to be a deal. That group bet, yeah, Big Ross had that group bet. Where are we at? Chris Buescher. Chris was strong-ish. Actually, I think I said that wrong. Chris Buescher, I think, will be strong. I do not think he looks strong. He just races well. Yeah, that top 30 on Austin Dillon is maybe a lock. Yeah, I do not think that Chris Buescher looked great in practice. I just think he's going to race better. Yeah, the issue is with lightning. Yeah, set an end time. I agree. TJ, I totally agree with you. You can't just start the race and say, we're going to see what happens at the end of the race. Nor can you all of a sudden just decide you're not going to you're going to tell them what tires they have to take later in the race. Like, you can't just say wets or dries, or you should just let them make the choice. Buescher matchups make me nervous. Yeah, I don't blame you. Where are we at? Blaney. Blaney going to the rear. This is going to be tough for him. Hail Mary on strategy if they're going to make it work. Otherwise, I don't think it works. He's not going to race his way through the field. He's not even in the same zip code as some of these guys. Chase Elliott. He ran one good lap in practice. Obviously, I faded him. I don't know. Chase ran one good lap, and if you can run one good lap, that means you can probably piece together a bunch. But if your car is to the point, whether it's loose or tight or just poor handling, every now and then you can hit a lap. But once you start to lose track position in that dirty air, I think he's going to be worse and worse and worse. I agree. Matchups in general make me nervous. Highline asked, what time is the official darkness time NASCAR is supposed to tell teams? I have no idea. And I agree, starting this late is stupid, but I imagine the city had something to do with it. Does Chase figure it out on the race? He's got to make some adjustments, and he's going to have to steal track position. He's just starting too far back to race his way to the front. And I think you're kind of in a box if tires don't matter. If tires don't matter, I think everyone's just going to pit one time. But I think tires might matter for just a few guys that are really strong. They might have to restart, maybe 12th or 13th or 14th, but they're going to have fresh tires and way faster cars. So McDowell over Byron, I do at -160. Truex over Chase, I don't know about that. Where are we at? Are we on Corey LaJoy? He's going to the rear. Oh, Kyle Busch. Who knows with Kyle Busch? He could run good and work his way to the front, or he could be the first guy to wreck. Who knows? Has Kyle Busch ever pulled and not been the favorite? Ooh, very rarely. That's a good point, Shane. Let's see. Denny. Oh, IndyCar lead in. That's a good point, Big Ross. Denny going to stage 2 hunt for playoff point. I just think you're going to have to pit. You're going to have to pit halfway through stage 1 if you want to win stage 2. And I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't even know if that gets you there. Well, yeah, it will, because you're going to have to pit and stay on the lead lap. Whoever pits early is your best chance to win stage 2, but I think that that's going to be all strategy, and I don't think there's any way for us to know that. I don't hate long shots to do that. He would pit end of stage 1. Yeah, I guess if you pit end of stage 1, I don't know how this is going to work. I think it's going to be more complicated than we think. Maybe. Yeah, 35 to 38, and it's a 75 lap race, right? Or 70 lap? Yeah, tires never matter. Over under grid position of the winner, minus 190. 1 through 5. I mean, minus 190 is too steep. Logano or Blaney, someone that needs to stage win for playoffs. Yeah, I agree. Weather coming in, that's another thing too. I just have these 3 outrights in Hamlin, which I don't think can win, but maybe. Take stage 1. Yeah, I understand that, but what if? Why wouldn't someone like Suarez do that? And I think Suarez is better than Hamlin. Why wouldn't Brad Keselowski? Well, he's going to the rear. Never mind. Bubba's needs a win. And he might take points. Who knows? I don't hate Denny. I don't hate any long shot to win stage 1 or stage 2. I mean, maybe stage 1 because I think guys are going to stay out. Yeah, Suarez could stage hunt. Okay, where are we at? Kyle Busch, I don't know. That's a lottery ticket. Corey LaJoy going to the rear. Don't expect him to be good. Austin Cindric, I thought he'd be way better, and he just not very good. I don't know what happened with Austin Cindric and his road course ability, but it seems like it's just gone down the tubes. He usually races better than he practices because he's actually able to pass, but he did not look good in practice. Chase Briscoe. Chase is one of those guys, and we're going to talk about Chase Briscoe and Justin Haley. Well, let's ask Brecken. I think he, let's see, where's Justin Haley? Okay, this guy. Yeah. Who do I have rated higher? This guy or this guy? Briscoe or Haley? Briscoe. There you have it. I think that Briscoe is significantly better than Haley. Haley does race pretty well, but Briscoe looks much better in practice. Let's see. Dinger over Cindric matchup. Gosh, Dinger didn't look that strong either for Dinger. I agree. The SVG no win. He also could just steamroll him. So who knows? Briscoe top 4 to have legs. What price? Like is it over 10 to 1? What is the price on that? McDowell's gonna be hard to beat. Where are we at? Yeah, Haley did not look good. I know that he's had a lot of momentum and people like him right now, but I don't. This was not that good of a car for him. 16 to 1. I don't think that's a terrible bet. Dinger and 13 disadvantage, maybe. Yeah, 16 on top 4. That's not bad. Martin Truex Jr., he actually looked okay in practice. He had good long run speed, but not short run speed at all. Now, was he in traffic? I'm not quite sure. If he was in traffic, Truex will be better. I do think he'll move up. Absolutely. Do I think SVG showed too much of his playbook yesterday? Yes, and maybe only because it's Kyle Larson. If it was anyone else in the world, I would say no. It won't matter. But I think Larson's car is fast enough, and I think Larson's talented and smart enough to get it done. And he probably learned a little bit from him. I kind of like Marty too, but you can be able to sit back, relax, and watch the race. He's going to be coming from 24th. Eric Jones starting in the rear, going to be bad. Todd Gilliland, I almost have no opinion on him week in and week out. I don't know if anyone has an opinion on Gilliland. You know, whatever. I don't have one. Byron to the rear. He'll probably race better, but you need to get lucky. So my take leader stay out stage 1, 55 laps, can't get to the end. So you're coming mid stage 2 to be safe. Stage 1 is chalk, but then the guys, yeah. I agree. You probably have to take stage 2 matchups or stage 2 flyers and stage 1 flyers. Marty top 10 plus 180. I don't hate that. Yeah, you're right. Rocky Mountain Bets or Ricky Mountain Bets or whatever. I agree. If McDowell makes a mistake, top 4 is up for grabs. Account for weather too. That's another thing, Tim, that if there's all of a sudden rain halfway through stage 2, you just throw everything out the window. Nothing. Well, if there's any caution for rain, throw it out the window. Who are you waving to? Where are we at? William Byron starting from the rear, not going to be good. Noah Gregson, notoriously not that good on road courses. Ryan Preece looked as bad as anybody other than Josh Balicki and Kaz Grala and Joey Hand. Those guys were pretty bad. Harrison Burton was pretty bad. Joey Logano, geez, not good. Not good. Ricky Stenhouse also, I mean, better than Logano, better than Ryan Preece, but not good. Austin Hill, can't imagine he's going to be good. Daniel Hemrick, not good. Josh Berry, geez, he struggles on road courses, that's for sure. AJ Allmendinger, well, we'll have a lot of time to watch him come through the field. That's what I think. Shout out Stay Green Pod. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we had a good start to the week. You know, we stole a lot of line value, but we still have to cash tickets. Go till you can't go no more. Quote of the week. The best Shorzy quote is when he's in the locker room. He's like, you, especially you, and mostly you are completely worthless. That's how I feel about Ricky Stenhouse, Justin Haley, Josh Balicki, Eric Jones, Harrison Burton, Daniel Hemrick, Kaz Grala. All those guys struggled. So those are the worthless guys. AJ 14th to 17th. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But all right, what are the picks? All right, so let's get to the pick portion. All right, Brecken, you got to choose one of those two. You can't give 2 picks. So which one are you going to choose? Who's the winner?
Kyle Larson.
There you go. Kyle Larson. And I am going to go ahead and agree. I think Kyle Larson wins today. I think his car is too good. I think you're going to hear SVG come on the radio and say he just has so much. He turns better or he gets off the corner better. I think that's the case. So thanks everybody for coming. My top 10 rundown: Larson, SVG, McDowell, Truex, maybe Truex plus 180 top. Maybe that's not a bad bet. So here, I'll do it this way. I think it's Larson, Gibbs, McDowell, Reddick, SVG. All those guys are top 5 or top 10. Bell, Bowman. Geez, it might just be the top 10. I think it might just be the top 10 guys. Larson, Gibbs, McDowell, Reddick, SVG, Bubba, Bell, Bowman, Suarez, Brad K. Well, not Brad K. Maybe John Hunter. Nah, I'll throw Busher in there. I'm going to say Busher top 10. I will. Enjoy the shower. Yeah, thanks, everybody. Yeah. Cheers. Happy race day. Taking a pull.